All right, well, there's that. Uh, I guess like Asmongold said something 2 years ago about something about Pantheon. I've never heard of Pantheon 2 years ago, so I don't know. But let me see if he's right.
Rise of the Fallen. You guys ready?
God is good, and for each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Today I'm going to be discussing the mount and taming and travel information we got from Joppa on the Parting the Veil interview with Minus. Firstly, let's get this out of the way. Pantheon will be an MMO that does not have flying mounts. Having the ability to skip the world and content would negate a large portion of the explorability and the style of MMORPG that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is. Flying mounts would break the gameplay loop, and Joppa reiterated that as long as he is on the team, flying mounts will not be in this game. Now beyond that,
What the hell was that?
Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is.
What the fuck? Is this real? This is like a phone game from 2010.
Flying mounts would break the gameplay loop,
It's not even
and
doing
Joppa
damage.
reiterated that as long as he is on the team, flying mounts will not be in this game. Now beyond that, before we get into the deep taming system Pantheon has, let's talk about
Okay, there's the strength, stamina, constitution, wisdom, charisma, acclamation, next level, mastery. Okay, so this is all pretty much makes sense. All right.
regular travel. Joppa discussed how he feels that MMOs have become too instant and too much like a
Why is he like? Why is he like laughing? Like he's like when he's saying something, like especially when he did this.
large portion of the explorability and the style of MMORPG that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is. Flying mounts would break the gameplay loop, and Joppa
See, look, he's about to smile. Watch.
reiterated that as long as he is on the team, flying mounts will not be in this game. Now beyond
What the hell was that?
that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is.
What the fuck? Is this?
He found an opportunity and he's picking at it, I guess.
This is like a phone game from 2010.
Flying
Yeah,
mounts would
even his
break
chat is saying like Roblox MMO, new MMO for EverQuest Andes and stuff like that. Even his chat is being toxic towards it. There's nothing wrong with having old school MMOs. He instantly doesn't like them for some odd reason. It's fine. You don't have to like them, but at least you can appreciate them for what they are and what they brought to the actual community. You don't have to actually shit on it just because the way it looks. And you even know in the beginning of the video it said this is not even out yet. It's pre-launch and everyone's excited about the progress. They didn't say anything about polish. They didn't say anything about that. They just said that, hey, look, man, this is about to be in early access. Like, what do you expect? Like, you want to see what WoW looks like in early access, bro? Like, fuck, man. What?
break the gameplay loop,
It's not even
and
doing
Joppa
damage.
reiterated that as long as he is on the team, flying mounts will not be in this game. Now beyond that, before we get into the deep taming system Pantheon has, let's talk about
Okay, there's the strength, stamina, constitution, wisdom, charisma.
He was trying to poke at this too,
acclamation,
but
next level, mastery. Okay, so this is all pretty much makes sense. All right.
regular travel. Joppa discussed how he feels that MMOs have become too instant and too much like a lobby or mobile game in the accessibility and how quickly
Oh yeah, this
See,
one's
look.
not a mobile game in terms of accessibility, only in terms of how it looks.
it's in early access.
players
You can
do
see that it's
content
not
and just
even
jump
ready
from
for
one
the
theme park ride
skins.
to another. However, there is a balance for things to be
Like, I guess if you're not a funny person, I guess making yourself look funny, I guess, is better. I don't know. But the game doesn't look anything like this anymore. The style of it looks the same, thank God. Doesn't look cartoony like World of Warcraft. Doesn't look bubbly and cartoony like that, right? So, like, what's the argument here? So the game's in early access, or I'm sorry, the game's about to be in early access, and the game looks like a mobile game. That's the funny part. But like,
fun and enjoyable. As you probably already know, there is sprinting in Pantheon and abilities that certain classes will get to enhance.
Oh, I mean, is sprinting, I mean, isn't that like making the game go too fast, guys? I mean, shit. It's like you put sprinting in the game, everyone's just gonna be sprinting everywhere. I mean, like, it's gonna be like the Olympics or something, man. It's gonna be crazy madness.
That ability, and sprinting will become a huge part of your general on-foot travel. But what about when you need to travel vast distances?
Like,
because Terminus in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is a huge world, and a port is not available from another player. And yes, Druid and Wizard ports are going to be in Pantheon, of course, but will require real people to do that for you if you aren't one yourself. So here we go. Dial a port, let's go.
well, there you go. So as long as Joppa is going to be in development, there isn't going to be like EQ portals and stuff like that, but there can still be player generated portals. That still could be an option.
Also, feature creep was mentioned because I know you were all thinking it, and before you head into the comments to let me know about that, they did ensure that the mount system, and you can fact check this yourself, it is true, all the way back to Brad McQuaid's original vision, has always been part of the vision. They just weren't ready to reveal it until now, due to not being 100% sure until now exactly how it would work. And now they know, and well, enter their mount and taming system. Now there is a skill for taming that can be acquired in the world, and something you must get better at. But as you skill up, you will learn to...
I cannot understand how anybody can watch this and think this makes me want to play Raid Shadow Legends. Okay? Turn-based combat. Yes, it's turn-based combat, and it's not a turn-based game.
Acquired in the world, and something you
Oh
must
my
get better
God.
at. But as you skill up, you will learn to be able to tame certain creatures in the world, the ones that developers
He's
have...
trying to make himself like he's trying so hard on to shit on this game, and it's crazy. Like, I don't know. It's not even in early access at this point. I mean, and it's 2 years ago. The game looks so much better now. It's phenomenal. It's actually insane how much the developers are continuing to work on it and help on it. What makes me upset, and I'm only 3 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, but thank you for the follow, Happiness. But like, I feel like this is just not what you want in a community, man. Why can't you just like be like, oh man, this is a new EverQuest game. What does it have to offer? Oh, we got taming. It's an early access, guys, so it's not, everything's not polished and the animations aren't generated just yet, and well, it looks like shit. But we can hope for the future because they just said it's not even in early access yet. And that looks like in-game stuff they were doing. Looked like they were doing an in-game raid dungeon. It looked like an in-game Dame boss because I'm not stupid. So because of that knowledge, I know that, and I can express that to you guys and say that this is not even close to being finished. But we can have something to look forward to as a plain slate of piece of paper to go off of an imagination off of a man that actually has a vision. Why can't you just say I think this game is going to be amazing because of the features they want in it. But yet you were all on board with Ashes of Creation for whenever the Apocalypse came out, which was a battle royale, and you said you were excited about the combat. But the combat was bad. So like, I just want to understand what his train of thought is and why this is a bad thing. Even if this is a mobile game, fuck it. Even if this is a mobile game, why is this a bad thing? Why?
deemed as something
I don't
mountable.
understand.
This will allow faster travel, but Joppa made it clear that he hasn't been satisfied with any mount in any MMO to date. He feels the inertia and feeling of weight is missing.
See, he's poking and prodding the bear, and he's taking such an ego trip. Look at his face. Look at this grin. Like, he's got such an egotistical, like, arrogant, like, I'm good about to say something.
MMORPG mounts, and he hopes to bring a greater sense of having a mount feeling
building
different
up.
and feeling real and visceral. This will tie into different skills such as handling as something you will
building
get
up.
better at and the controls tighten up. For example, another skill mentioned is will. This
So it's like dragon riding. Okay.
is tied to how long the mount will allow you to ride it, but then he goes into more about the
Does it
will
run
skill,
away?
saying it is going to roll independently of the other stats regardless of the level or rarity of the mount. Will decides how long you can ride the mount without stabling it, and we'll come back and talk more about stabling mounts in a bit. There will be items that can be equipped to your mounts as well. Much of this, it sounds like, will be crafted by players, but you can expect an inventory section in the UI for equipping things to mounts. There will also be some class abilities for certain classes.
See how his eyes are rolling around? He's not paying attention. He's like, sure, that's cool, sure. He's not giving credit when credit's due. Like, I don't know, man. I may be biased towards the game, so this might be just be a triggering thing for me. But I mean, it's not really that triggering, I guess. It's not working, but like it I guess it kind of triggers me. I don't know what triggering means, I guess. I don't know the determination, but like, I don't understand why you're gonna title it the worst MMO ever when you know it's a fact. MMOs that are trying to do good, they need support. And then you have MMOs that are questionable that we don't know about. What's bad about a person that has a really cool vision of a game that he wants to put into fruition? What's bad about that? Why do you have to grin? Why do you have to poke and prod at it and say this is the worst MMO ever? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. That you as an MMO player says, nah man, you're not good enough to play in our schoolyard. Why?
Such as the druid that enhance the mounts in one way or another. Now,
Sure.
when trying to tame an animal to ride it, you must be above it in level, and you must also
Makes
have enough
sense.
skill for taming to tame it. Then, depending on your level versus the animal and your skill level, it will roll stats for the animal if you succeed. The higher the level of the animal, the higher the pool it can roll into. So in other words, there's a lot going on here behind the scenes, and it sounds like it will add a lot to general gameplay loops and getting.
You know what this game reminds me of? It's like taking a game like Sonic the Hedgehog and then turning it into QWOP. That's what this game feels like. It's like a QWOP, but the MMO. All of these unnecessary, fucking annoying, time-wasting mechanisms like, oh, well, yes, QWOP.
Bro, if it's not your game and you don't understand, then don't play it. The game is slow. The game wants you to take your time. You can't be that stupid to think that they people listen to this guy. They listen to this guy.
You know the game I'm talking about, right? This
Oh my
game.
god, and he like
Okay, all right. Yeah, this is playing Pantheon, okay, guys. This is trying to get through the systems in Pantheon. We're doing great, yeah.
so like what complications did they say? You have to be of level. You have to first obtain the ability to tame, and then you have to be the level or the same level or higher, right? And then you get the mount. You have to put it in stables. You can own it for a little while, and then you get to actually keep it and equip armor on it. Holy shit, man. Alright, I'm good, guys. Like, yeah, this guy's a weirdo. I don't know why you would request for me to watch this. This is terrible. Thank you so much for requesting it. But this guy is a very odd person for saying that, for being an MMO player. I think we should support every single game that comes out that has good intentions, that doesn't want to immediately just ask for all your money. This game is $40 on Steam. It is not that much. It is very fun to play. It encourages teamwork. It encourages to go out there and being social. Me, not being a social person and having social anxiety myself, it is very intimidating sometimes. But I feel satisfied overcoming that, and it definitely helps having a couple friends playing with me. So this has been a very fun adventure for me, and I've seen people actually enjoy themselves. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't enjoy slow gameplay, taking your time, having a good time with it, then don't play it. There's plenty of MMOs out there that can be in there, and they're about to come out, you know, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you do, go to Black Moon, check us out. All right. I really do appreciate it, guys. I'm not throwing hate towards this guy. I just don't understand his train of thought. I just want to make sure that we just support some good ideas, right? Let's not make fun of him. Just support him. What's the harm in that? All right.